Welcome to the OnlyFans Secrets Marketing Podcast. The goal of this podcast is to help both new and established OnlyFans creators learn the basics of online branding, marketing, and promotion to help you make more money with your content and maximize your time online. My name is Richard Lewis, and I have over 20 years of internet marketing experience. All right, so let's get started with today's topic. And that topic is OnlyFans Quick Start Success Guide, Part 1. So I have been talking a lot about advanced strategies on the podcast in the last few months. Well, in this episode of the podcast, I'm going to take things back to the beginning. In this episode, I'm going to discuss how to get started successfully on OnlyFans in your first 7 days after verification. So this is my recommendations based on the most effective content and promotion techniques right now. This will be a 2-part series, with this part covering the first 4 days and next week's episode covering the last 3 days as well. All right, so let's jump right into the quick start guide for creators. All right, so I've been writing and speaking about OnlyFans for over a year now, and I realized that every day new creators are jumping onto the platform without a real understanding of how OnlyFans works or what to do to be successful. So I wanted to put together a quick guide for new creators that is a quick start guide for success on the platform. So in this 2-part series, I'm going to discuss your first 7 days on OnlyFans and what to concentrate on for each of those days to build a solid foundation moving forward. Think of this like a survival guide in a way, as well as putting yourself on a path towards making money on the site. And for those who want to read along to this podcast, you can read along at seobounty.com/132. Again, that is seobounty.com/132. Now, if you do go to there, you will see all 7 days right away as well. So you'll be able to read through all 7 days worth of the guide. Okay, so let's start with day 1. All right, so now I'm going to treat day 1 as a day when your OnlyFans has been approved by the site to go live and for you to start accepting money. That means you'll want to already be verified and have your banking information in the site before you start this guide. That being said, let's jump into what you want to do on your first day after verification. All right, so I'm going to call these very important day 1 tasks. Number 1 is pick a good username. All right, so picking your username is a very important task. Many creators rush through this step in order to just get their page from having that default U13456 type name. You want to take this particular step very seriously because much like the name given to you at childbirth, you want it to be a good one that will last the full life of your OnlyFans page. I have discussed in length on how to make your username an asset to you for both search engines like Google and being easily spoken and typed. So you want to make sure that your username tells people a bit about who you are and what type of content they can expect to get from you. At the same time, you want the username to be short and simple enough that you'll remember it when typing it in somewhere or promoting it. That is a lot to ask from one name, I realize, and that's why it's important to take the time to adequately choose a good one. If you rack your brain and can't think of one on day 1, that is fine. Perhaps sleep on it, and a good one will come to you. Just remember that you need to have this username chosen before you start to promote your OnlyFans page. All right, so number 2, important task. fill out your display name. Many creators don't know that their display name acts as the title of your page to search engines like Google. I have talked in length on how to utilize your display name, not just for keyword targeting, but also to alert users to different specials and offers you have. You can even let people know about a live event using your display name. Remember, your display name can be changed whenever you feel like it, and it doesn't need to be set in stone like your username. So you want to make this an important task on day one with your OnlyFans page. In the beginning, I would advise keeping things simple when it comes to your display name. Using the character name you've given yourself in your display name with a simple description of what kind of content you'll be producing is good for now. I would also add a powerful adjective to your username, like hot, sexy, curvy, etc. That will keep people's attention. So you should add that into your display name. And if you decide you want to have it in your username, that would probably help as well. You can also add flair to your display name with emojis, but I wouldn't do too much of this, as it may make you seem a bit immature and new. Overall, you want to spend some time on day one thinking of a good display name you want people to see. Remember, this is the name that will appear in the DMs when you write someone as well. So you want to make it worthy of opening up. And again, you can listen to a podcast that I did about search engine marketing, SEO for Google, etc. And that I go into more length about picking the right display name and username to maximize that. Okay, next important task. Pin a post to the top of your page. So I am a big proponent of having a welcoming image or video at the top of your OnlyFans page. I highly recommend that you let your fans hear your voice if you can, because it will help build a deeper connection with you. Obviously, this is your first day on the platform, so you really don't know too much about how things work. So it is best to post a picture with a text message welcoming people to your page for now. The picture should be one of your best pictures and should likely not contain anything explicit in it. This is meant to endear people to you, not necessarily your body or other attributes. You can accomplish a lot with just one pinned post at the beginning. It will allow you to connect with fans, explain who you are and why you have an OnlyFans page. Give them an idea of what you look like and what you are all about, and you can also mention if you do custom content or have other offers you want them to know about. Whether you decide to start out your page free or paid, it will give people a welcoming message that will hook them from the beginning. If you feel like being advanced from the beginning, you can use a free software like Canva to combine text into your picture for an even more interactive experience. All right, so that's day one. Now moving on to day number 2. This is the day you want to start getting your promotion groundwork laid out. No one is going to beat a path to your door just because you have an OnlyFans page. Unless you already have a good following on social media, you will need to start creating that buzz yourself by creating OnlyFans specific social media accounts. All right, so your very important day 2 tasks are: number 1, create your Twitter OnlyFans account. OnlyFans encourages you to have a Twitter account, and for good reason, as the site gets 6.6 billion monthly visits. People often forget just how much traffic Twitter gets because the discussion often focuses around Facebook, Google, and Instagram. Not only does Twitter get a lot of traffic, but it's one of the only major social media sites that allow not safe for work content to live openly and freely on its site. When you're attempting to sell not safe for work content, it makes sense to promote it on a site where users sign up to see such content on a daily basis. So your first task on day 2 is to create a unique, separate Twitter account just to promote your OnlyFans. If you already have a Twitter account, you should not use it unless you're okay with everyone you know previously finding out about your OnlyFans page. It also makes sense for safety reasons to create a new Twitter account so that nothing associated to your personal self, like your location, age, contacts you know in your life, etc., are out there for anyone with bad intentions to find. It's pretty easy to create a new Twitter account, as you just need an email address and a phone number to associate to the account. You can use the same phone number for multiple Twitter accounts as long as some time has passed between the creation of the accounts. You want to go ahead and add your OnlyFans link to your profile, as well as create a clever Twitter handle and display name for your account. At this point, you just want to have something initially set up that you can improve on at a later time. All right, so the next day 2 important task, create a Reddit account. For many people new to OnlyFans, they don't typically have a Reddit account. Reddit has always been the domain of males from 13 to 30 years old. As most creators are female, it might be your first time even hearing about Reddit, let alone signing up for an account. Reddit is another site that allows not safe for work content to be published within 18 plus based subreddits. Reddit is one of the most visited sites on the internet, and posting on the site is totally free. At this point, you want to just sign up to Reddit as quickly as possible. The reason is because many subreddits require that your profile be a certain number of days old to post or to join the subreddit. You don't need to be active on the profile for it to age. So go ahead and get a Reddit account created and verified, and choose a username that is similar, if possible, to your OnlyFans username, as you'll be using this account specifically for OnlyFans promotion. All right, next very important task is to create a Linktree/AllMyLinks page. Now, you have a bunch of pages out there, and you want people to be able to find all of these pages to see your content. This is where sites like Linktree and allmylinks.com come into play. Check out both of these sites and decide for yourself which site's interface you like the most, and add each of your links you've created today, Twitter and Reddit, as well as your OnlyFans link to your page. Remember that you can order the links yourself, so you'll want your OnlyFans link to be at the top. For now, you just want to register your page and add the links. As you create more pages over the next few days, you'll want it to come back and add the new link along the way as well. Okay, so each new link that you create, you go ahead and post it either on your Linktree or All My Links. I don't suggest that you have both of these. You just want to pick one that you really like and then concentrate on that one. And this is where people you'll see include their OnlyFans link sort of in the shadows on Instagram behind a Linktree or an All My Links page. So this also helps not just in having a place to store all of your links for people to see them, but also in places where OnlyFans links are not as welcome. Okay, so that is the end of day 2 and the important tasks for day 2. Now on to day number 3. Okay, now that you've set up your promotion, social media, as well as having your OnlyFans begin to take shape, this day should be spent on setting up killer pinned posts. Okay, so first, create your pinned introduction post on OnlyFans. So, as I've mentioned previously, having a good pinned post on your OnlyFans will keep your site messaging clear and concise. It will also allow you to speak to those who are new to subscribing to your page directly and let them know about other items you offer besides what they just subscribed to. So on this day, on day 3, you are going back to the original pinned post that you made and you are improving upon it. So you want to go ahead and do that today. So whether you decide to make it a video or a picture, that is up to you. I recommend a video. So at this point, if you made a picture or just a text post, I recommend